But we'll first talk about the Yankees. And they definitely struggled in June, especially compared to what an amazing start they had to the year. They're currently tied in first place in the AL East. Dylan, what do you make of the June struggles from the Pinstripes?
Yeah, I mean, here's what I think about it. I don't necessarily think that it's a team that's going to collapse because we've seen enough in
Yeah.
the first few months of the year to where you're not too worried about what they're going to bring to the table. I think right now, one thing you look at is it scares me that Stanton's on the shelf. It scares me that some of these guys that are usually going down are starting to go.
Hold on. Does it scare you? Because it happens every year. He's hitting
I
the
know,
IL
but that's
with the
but that's
hamstring.
why the team struggles some every year. Like they were healthy for a long stretch this year, which is a long stretch in Yankees terms when you make it to July,
I know,
but
right?
or make it into June. But when you look at the injuries there, I mean it's a common occurrence, but it's a common reason why the Yankees struggle so much throughout the course of their season with a talented roster. But now I think every team goes through some rough patches. There's enough veterans in that room. There's enough winning success that they've seen the product work that they're not going to give up and worry about a small little swoon in June for that matter. So another month ahead, they'll get an all-star break, relax, refresh, and come out strong. I still think they're going to win the division and take it pretty easily.
That's what I like to hear. The Yankees, they were 3-7 in the last 10 games, but from all the media attention talking about how much they struggled, and you highlighted, they were 14-13 in June. They were one game over 500 in June. So the losing skid felt a lot worse than what it actually was. And part of the reason why it was really bad in some spots is the bottom of the lineup was awful in June. 4 through 9 brought no production. And as you mentioned, Giancarlo Stanton being hurt, that's going to hurt the lineup. And Rizzo wasn't giving you much anyway. But alongside that, the pitching as a whole was not good. Nestor Cortez needs to get it together here. Carlos Rodon needs to get it together and figure it out instead of crying in the dugout. There's no feeling sorry for you when you are in those pinstripes, chucking duds and meatballs to the Blue Jays lineup. Garrett Cole gets a pass right now since he's just now returning from injury, and he's getting better every single start. But this team has been moping around and pouting for the last 2 weeks. It was only a matter of time before somebody blew up. That person who blew up was Marcus Stroman, and I don't blame him one bit. That team needed a jolt of energy, and look at what happened after Stroman got into them. They scored 6 runs 3 games ago against the Blue Jays, and Gleyber Torres and DJ LeMahieu start acting like they figured out how to play professional baseball again. And even through those struggles in June, Juan Soto wasn't the Juan Soto that we know. The glue that kept this team together was Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is on some tear. I mean, just a historical tear right now. In his last 50 games done, he's batting .398 with slashing .507 and .932. That is the highest. I'm sorry, I didn't even mention his OPS. OPS of 1.439. That is the highest OPS over any 50-game season spanned by a right-handed hitter ever. He's on some tear right now. But that leadership from the captain, Aaron Judge, has been clutch, and bringing some dogs into that clubhouse like Alex Verdugo and Marcus Stroman, somebody who has that tenacity and intensity to get into his teammates that can turn a negative into a positive.